A major political development has happened in Nigeria, and another issue is raised about how public money is being spent. We will explain both stories in simple English so you can easily understand what is happening. The first update is that Kenneth Okonkwo has accepted an appointment from Atiku Abubakar to serve as his spokesperson for the 2027 presidential campaign. This comes after weeks of public disagreement between them. The second update is about fresh allegations involving Nigerians' 2026 budget and claims that money was allocated to projects linking to a controversial agency. Let's begin with the first story. Kenneth Okonkwo is a Nigerian lawyer, actor, and politician. Atiku Abubakar is the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress for the 2027 election. A spokesperson is someone who speaks to the public and the media on behalf of another person or an organization. A few weeks ago, Kenneth Okonkwo publicly criticized Atiku and the ADC over the choice of Rotimi Amaechi as the vice presidential candidate. He argued that the Southeast should have been given that position. Now, here is what happened. Atiku Abubakar has officially appointed Kenneth Okonkwo, as earlier stated, as his spokesperson for the 2027 presidential campaign. Kenneth Okonkwo also announced the appointment himself and thanked Atiku for trusting him with the role. This surprised many people because Kenneth Okonkwo had recently criticized the party decision on its vice presidential candidate. Kenneth Okonkwo later explained that after discussion with Atiku and other ADC leaders, he believed the concern of the Southeast had been addressed. That is why he accepted the appointment. The appointment also comes while Kenneth Okonkwo is involved in a legal dispute with Peter Obi. A defamation lawsuit means someone goes to court because they believe another person made false statement that damaged their reputation. Peter Obi has filed a lawsuit against Kenneth Okonkwo over statements he believes were defamatory. Kenneth Okonkwo denies doing this and says he has evidence to support this comment. The matter is now before the court, so the court will decide, not politicians or social media. The second story is about claims concerning Nigerian federal budget. A budget simply means the government financial plan. It shows how much money the government expects to receive and how it plans to spend that money. Some politicians and commentators have alleged that money was allocated in the 2026 budget to projects connected with a controversial or allegedly fake government agency. They also question why some roads or road projects appear under an agency whose main responsibility is education. These claims have become part of a wider political debate. The presidency has rejected allegations linking the chief of staff to wrongdoing and has said investigations are ongoing into the alleged fake agency. Supporters of the government says due process should be allowed to continue, while critics argue that there should be greater transparency and accountability. This is a serious issue which matters because politics affect everyone. The people elected in 2027 could make decisions about the economy, jobs, education, healthcare, security, the cost of living. Very important. The budget story also matters because government money comes from taxpayers, which is me and you, and national revenue. If public funds are not properly managed, there may be less money available for schools, hospitals, roads, and other public services. Imagine your family saves money to buy school books for children. Later, you discover that part of that money was used for something completely different. You would definitely react, ask questions. This is why Nigerians pay close attention to how government money is budgeted and spent. Right now, Kenneth Okonkwo has taken up his new role as Atiku Abubakar's spokesperson. The legal case involving Peter Obi and Kenneth Okonkwo is still before the courts as we speak. Questions about the budget and the alleged fake agency continue to generate public or political debate and public interest. If Kenneth Okonkwo successfully communicates Atiku's campaign message, it could actually influence public opinion ahead of 2027 election. What do you think in the comment section? If investigation into the budget allegation uncovered wrongdoing, there should be disciplinary action, prosecution, and reform. If no wrongdoing is found, then the government may point to that as evidence that its processes work. Supporters of Atiku Abubakar says appointing Kenneth Okonkwo shows that disagreement can be resolved through dialogue. Critics say they are surprised because Kenneth Okonkwo had recently criticized the party's decision. On the budget issue, critics are demanding more accountability, and government officials says allegations should be investigated before conclusions are reached.